So this was supposed to just be a casual, easy 90-degree day hike through a random campground that is abandoned and closed, and for the most part it is. Apparently there used to be room for RVs here. Some of the sites have hookups, some of the water still works. Most of it's not that impressive. It just, looks like Mother Nature took over. There's moss all over the picnic tables, lots of fallen down trees that we've been climbing over, so it just looks like, simple ruins, not that interesting. So I wasn't gonna film it. I didn't bring a camera, just, my phone on me, which is my very expensive watch nowadays. Anyway, but then we stumbled upon what I immediately thought was like, what I immediately thought of was like an alternative to Bohemian Grove. It's like everything Alex Jones ever talks about. It's like a meeting place for the Illuminati. Now, in reality, it's probably just like an old area where they used to project movies, but stumbling across this in the woods, unanticipated, in what I thought was just an average campground, and all of these seats, if you can see, I'll try and film it better, they all kind of start circling around at the bottom, that box, and then you have the projection screen where you have one of Satan's disciples give his message to the Dark Lord leaders of our world. It was probably just for movies at the campground. This was probably a family campground. But you never know, my theory could be correct. Maybe that's why the campground is abandoned. Maybe it's really just still used, for ritual sacrifices. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What the fuck? Probably just where the projector went. There's also like electrical hookup right there, so but it's just a box. Oh yeah, here's electrical outlets. Probably just a movie projector. But dun dun dun. There's something up this way too. I have a feeling something with feathers was slaughtered here. Ooh. Stay there, Punky. Oh, okay. Nope. Mother Nature is no respecter of fence line. As you might be able to tell, this video was taken over 2 different trips. My phone died the first time, so I wanted to go back and get a little bit more footage. In between, I ran into a ridiculously good-looking forestry guy who told me the reason all of these trees fell down and died is because of an invasive bug, most likely brought in from foreign firewood, which is why a lot of forests ask that you bring in only local or treated firewood, because things like this can happen because of invasive species. He also told me 2 bodies were dumped here last year in what turned out to be a murder-suicide. He did not confirm or deny any activity from interdimensional beings.
It's really interesting. It reminds me of like what you see in like Chernobyl, where Mother Nature just takes things back over. And this is why nature fascinates me more than the buildings and structures that humans build, because given enough time, those things, you know, deteriorate, where this just keeps evolving and recreating itself, and it's just really fascinating to see. Now, the reason I pulled the camera back out is because I came upon what I am deeming a tree shank. It's this piece of tree stem which seems to maybe naturally have broken, or maybe someone was working on this and it's part of the abandoned structures around here, but it is just ridiculously sharp at the edge, like to the point where I really feel like it could cut someone. So as many of you know, I have a really nifty walking stick that I created, but I feel like the tree shank is also at a good height. It has a finger balancer around the shank area, and I can quickly bring it up to stab foes. So I just wanted to briefly share the experience of stumbling across a tree shank.
Find that toy. Riot, back. Back. Good. Dota, come. Good. Over. Yay.